Well, hello, folks. They just dropped a trailer for the Sisters of Parvos update, which is coming along nicely. So we now know that that is going to drop 1 week from now, July 6th. I was a bit eager about that because, like, they said before on dev streams, like, a couple of times that, like, Sisters of Parvos was going to come out before TennoCon. And now you're just walking around being like, I mean, damn, that TennoCon is like, 2.5 weeks away, so gotta drop that Sisters of Parvos update soon, I guess. But it's coming. July 6th. So that's on Tuesday, a couple of days from now. It's not too bad. And they have a trailer. They put out a nifty trailer for it on the you can go to the official Warframe YouTube channel and check that out. It's pretty cool. But they also dropped like a blog post, so to speak, on their homepage, an article listing all of the changes. And there's some cool stuff here. So let's take a look at it, because they've revealed like a bunch more information about stuff that's gonna be in this update, like all of the different weapons and kind of like other cool and rad things. So let's dive in, shall we? All right. So the first sort of hotness right here, besides Yarelli, look at her, she's so cute. No, it'll tell us what we need to do in advance before we can start doing the Corpus Lich stuff. So you have to have completed the War Within and the Call of the Tempestari quests, and obviously you can't have an active Lich if you're gonna spawn a Corpus Lich. So I guess, I think everyone kind of figured out that that was gonna be the case. So you can't have a Corpus Lich and a Kuva Lich active at the same time. It's either or. So if you have a Kuva Lich, then you gotta take that one out before you can spawn a Corpus Lich. Understood. Now here we have some information about the upcoming new weapons that they're gonna have. They're not gonna be called Kuva weapons, they're gonna be called Tenet weapons. People have been speculating it's gonna be like a Parvos Archiplasmor or a Granum Archiplasmor. I kinda dig Granum. I know some people thought that was gonna be it, where it's like a Granum Flux Rifle or a Granum Archiplasmor, but no, it's gonna be Tenet, which is also sort of like just, it works with Parvos. And he's got those, he's got Tenets. But then you're like, shouldn't it be... How many were there? Was it like the 13 Tenets of Parvos? I don't know. Either way, I think it's... we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... So it's like 7, 8? Something like that. So let's check them out. You got the Tenet Envoy. That is a rocket launcher in a attaché briefcase. That might be this one. This image right here. That might be the rocket launcher we're talking about. And interesting how they say, like one of the... They reveal one of the things about the briefcase guns. Yeah, the Granum attaché system. That these weapons will reload when holstered. So it's in line with what they're talking about, where they want to use your entire arsenal. And they want you to... They encourage you to do like weapon switching and stuff. So the briefcase guns are going to be reloading when you holster them, which is kind of cool. Then you have the Diplos, which is not the picture here, but it's going to be a pair of pistols. So it's like the dual pistols, which are also briefcase guns. And it says that they are auto lock-on homing projectile. That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. So... depending on like the stats and stuff like that, that could be good. That could be viable. I just like hearing it. Auto lock-on homing projectile, and it's double pistols, one in each hand. That's rad. It says you can shoot from the hip as well for the more conventional pistol experience, so that's just probably like not locking on or whatever. But when you aim, it locks on. Super cool, super cool. I'm gonna dig those, I think. And then, this is probably the picture, the Spyrex. So it's like a rail gun or a rail pistol. Headshots speed up reload. Okay. Understood. So it's a headshot pistol. And then we have the new upgraded versions of already existing Corpus guns. So you got the Tenet Tetra, the Tenet Flux Rifle, the Tenet Archiplasmor, the Tenet Cycron, and the Tenet Detron. And they've got like alt fire and stuff, some of them. The new Tetra can alt fire an entire clip as a large burst radius grenade launcher. That sounds pretty cool. Don't know if it's gonna make the Tetra good enough to see use again, but it sounds cool. The Flux Rifle, I think, was like the first beam weapon they ever designed, so it's fun to finally see an upgrade for that one. Increased fire rate, increased range, recharge has been replaced with ammo clips to accommodate greater power needs. Then the Arcaplasmor, and like, I know that all the stats are subject to change and stuff like that, but they showed it on stream before. You could see the stats for it. And it has like twice the range of the normal Arcaplasma or something like that. It's a bit less, but I think it's like almost twice the range. Now, the shots ricochet instead. Or like as well. Damn. That is... Okay, so it's ricocheting and it's got larger range. That sounds like it could be kind of cool. Cycron. Refracting energy disc that can split off its main target, hitting up to 2 additional nearby targets. And then the Tenet Detron. And like the Detron has been in sort of a weird spot, because you have like the Mara Detron, which was sort of the meta for a while, but then other guns have been racing away from it. But there are still people out there who use the Mara Detron. But now, it has an alternate fire mode that empties an entire clip in one burst. We're gonna see this as a recurring theme, I think, because there are some of the new Kuva weapons that have the same kind of cool thing as well. We'll get to that. But these weapons seem rad. Obviously, the briefcase guns are the ones I'm most interested in. Those are the ones I'm gonna be hunting for first. And once I have the briefcase guns and like the new weapons, like the Spyrex and stuff, if you look at the old ones, the ones that already existed, probably gonna go for the Arcaplasmor first, because I like the Arcaplasmor and this just seems better. Next up, Yarelli. So, if you have done the Vox Solaris quest, then you will just get a thing in your inbox from Roki. And then there's a comic-based series of K-Drive challenges, and then you get Yarelli's main blueprint. And then, this is interesting, research the rest of her parts from a new dojo room. The Bash Lab. Whatever that is. There's gonna be a new dojo room. It's obviously gonna have Yarelli stuff. What else is the Bash Lab going to have? Is it gonna be like a Vent Kids themed dojo room? I don't know. We'll find out. This is interesting. New dojo room. You can research new stuff in the dojo room. We'll find out what that's all about a week from now. But that's how you get Yarelli. Cool. They've already talked about the new Ember Deluxe skin on stream. I've talked about it before in videos, don't need to go through that again. And the new armors from Syndicates. You can now get armor sets from Syndicates. So, make sure that you get the armor set before you sort of like switch to a new Syndicate and start hunting for stuff there. Some of them are probably gonna look cooler than others. Here in the image is new Loka. We don't like those. They're space hippies. They can go to hell. But hey man, that armor set might look cool on a couple of Warframes. Anyway, there's also new emotes. Now there's some Kuva Lich changes as well. Now they have streamlined the murmur system with a couple of things that are going to help out to make it faster to kill your Lich. There is a new Requiem mod, an Ool mod. It drops from Liches. Does that drop when you like fail a stab attempt? Or is that it? Or do you drop it? Do they drop when you kill a Lich so you can use it for your next Lich? Well, I don't know, we'll find out. But it drops from Liches. And it counts as a known Requiem, no matter where it's slotted. So if you know what the number 1 is and you know what the number 2 is, but you haven't researched or you haven't figured out the number 3 yet, you can just slot in this Ool mod, and there you go. That's your number 3, and then you got your Lich. That's gonna speed up the process considerably. There's also a new thing called a Requiem Ultimatum. It's a gear item. Okay. And they can be used to pull in a lich, to summon a lich. You don't have to run around and just do lich nodes until your lich shows up. You can use this gear item to force your lich to show up so that you can kill it. Now we have the new Kuva weapons. Look at this. Kuva Heck. Bam. It's got the ability to fire from all 4 barrels simultaneously. So this is gonna have 4 shots in the magazine, just like the normal Heck. Not like the Vacor Heck that has 8 shots before you have to reload. But so the new thing is, obviously it's gonna have like increased stats otherwise. But also, it's got an alt fire. You can fire all 4 barrels simultaneously. You know what this means, people? This means you now have another shotgun where you actually want to slot in that new primed tactical pump. Yeah. Because now you're probably gonna do this a lot. Where you're just gonna use your middle mouse button or your alt fire to just do a quad damage heck shot, and then you want to reload it as fast as you can. So that's probably gonna be strong, like that. Kuvazar! It's got stronger explosive barrages and long-range flak shots. So that's interesting. That's also probably an alt fire then. So instead of firing a cannonball, you can also fire it like a flak cannon, like the Kuva Dragoon or something, and an alt fire. Cool. And finally, the Kuva Grattler. The Grattler, you start out at a slow fire rate, but the longer you hold it down and the longer you fire, the more it speeds up. Now, this one, the new thing is that this one reaches peak fire rate instantaneously. That's probably gonna be pretty good. Might get up there to like, this might be included in the arch gun meta. We'll see. Is it gonna be better than the Mausolon? Might be. It's not at all impossible that it might be. Now here's a big thing, and that's new Voidstorm rewards. There are even more reasons now to play Voidstorms, is that they will offer a new reward called Corrupted Hollow Keys. And these Corrupted Hollow Keys are what you're gonna be using to buy some of these new Corpus weapons. There are more Tenet weapons that they've designed that are not rewards for fighting Corpus Liches. They are instead simply store items that you buy from Ergoglast in the relays. They're rotating. There are 4 different ones. Each week he will have a new one. So it's going to take you a month to get all 4 of them. And you buy them with corrupted hollow keys that you get for running Voidstorm missions. So you play Voidstorms. You get corrupted hollow keys. You buy the Tenet weapon. And then you come back next week and buy a new Tenet weapon. Come back next week and buy a new Tenet weapon. These are melee weapons. So you got hammer and shield, you got heavy blade, you got two-handed blade, and you got a scythe. So they've got some different things going on. The hammer and shield, it's an impact hammer, and heavy attacks launch energy discs. The heavy blade, it's got a set of 3 shockwaves, or like a heavy slam is a swath of shockwaves. The two-handed blade, blocked attacks have a chance to increase the blocking amber. Blocked attacks have a chance to increase the blocking angle. And this is interesting. It's a suitcase weapon, and the random attaché system pauses the combo timer when holstered. So this is also like just to encourage weapon switching and stuff. Whereas like if you switch to your gun, you're not gonna lose combo with this. That's cool. Obviously, this sort of brings up the same sort of questions that we had before with the Zoris, right? When it comes to its infinite combo timer. How is that gonna interact with stat sticks like Korra or Atlas and stuff, or Gara, you know, that has weapons that scale with combo counter, and you have to sort of figure out a way to keep your combo counter up while not actually using the weapon. This might be the new one until they patch it out. But until then, this might be the new one where they have a weapon that you just don't lose combo even though you're not using it. this feels like another one of those cases where they just forgot how this could interact with stat sticks, and so we'll see. We'll see how they fix that. Either they patch this out like they patched out the other stuff, or they finally just take a look at stat sticks so that this problem won't show up like every time they make a new update. We'll see. And same thing with this scythe. It launches a spinning energy disc that ricochets throughout the battlefield. The lifetime of the disc is derived from the size of the combo counter. It's the heavy attack. And also, it pauses combo timer when holstered. So yeah, that could be a thing. Melee rebalancing, we know about that, but there is one thing here, like, this might be just me being ignorant. They might have talked about this before and I just forgot about it, I don't know. But they are saying that they are going to be adding new stuff to Teshin's store. The Veiled Riven Cipher, we know that. It's an item you can just use to unveil a Riven mod if you don't want to do the challenge. But then they say there's also a new shotgun mod. Don't know if I've just haven't been paying attention. Have they talked... Comment section. Have they talked about this new shotgun mod before? Do we already know what this is? Maybe we do. Or maybe we don't. I don't remember. This could be a new thing. Anyway, just so that you just... Don't just... skip past this without noticing it. This could be a thing. They are introducing Legendary Rank 1 for all of you Rank 30 people out there. I'm not yet at the Mastery level where I can reach Legendary Rank 1. I'm not sure anyone is. They might be if they have like the Founder Packs and stuff. But with all of these new weapons. There's like 8 Tenet weapons from the Corpus Liches. 4 from Ergo Glast's store. 3 new Kuvalich weapons, Yarelli's signature pistol and Yarelli, stuff like that, and whatever else could be in that new lab, who knows. So there's going to be so much new stuff you can get mastery from that you will be able to reach Legendary Rank 1 once this update hits. So that'll be cool. And then just like a neat little thing in the end here, where they've made some changes to companions. It's not really pets 3.0 yet, or whatever we're at, Pets 2.0. But you can now revert your Kubro or Kavat back to puppy or kitten form if you want them to go back to being puppies or kittens. So that's cool. They've also removed DNA stability and loyalty degradation from the companion system entirely. So you no longer ever have to care about DNA stability and all of that. That's just gone. Which I think no one cares. Or rather, I don't think anyone misses that. I don't think there's anyone who wanted that to stay in. It was just sort of a nuisance and an annoyance. And I think everyone's just happy to see that gone. Alright, that's it for the article. Now, there's one thing that I'm a bit curious about when it comes to these new Corpus weapons, and that's the issue of combined elements, right? Because the Kuvalich weapons that we have, depending on your progenitor, they can get either magnetic damage or radiation damage as well. It's just 2 of the combined elements. The other ones aren't available. And in this article, they said they gave an example for how you can get like elements on a weapon, and they said that like, oh, if you use Ember, you get a heat weapon. So that's going to be just like with the Kuvaliches. But I am curious about the combined elements, because when Kuvaliches came out, and the fact there were only 2 out of the 6 available ones, that sort of made me think already back then that like, oh, they're probably going to do like Corpus Liches in the future at some point, and maybe even like Infested Liches as well. Further down the line. So the idea was that the Kuvaliches, the Grenier Liches, they give radiation and magnetic. And then the next faction, they will give 2 of the other combined elements. And then the next one will give 2 of the other combined elements. So the ones we have left are blast, corrosive, gas, and viral. So we'll see. They might have different combined elements for Corpus Liches than they have for Kuvaliches. It's not impossible. So I'm not sure. Maybe they're a bit wary about like letting anyone just put innate viral damage on a weapon for these like new Corpus Lich weapons. But it could be. It could be. Maybe it's like just, you know, hey, you can get like gas or viral or blast or corrosive, something like that. So that's going to take some testing when just spawning a lich. I'm going to try that with the different sort of combined elements to see if I can get one and with a new combined element. That's probably going to be one of the first things I test. So I'm going to start hunting for Kuva liches immediately when they come out. So that's a couple of days from now, people. July 6th. It's only a couple of days. So if you have a Kuva lich lying around already that you haven't dealt with, I recommend go do that. Go take that bad boy out, or that bad girl, to make sure that you are ready and open for business so that you can spawn a Corpus Lich immediately when the system comes out. They've explained before how you do that. You have to enter the Granum Void. I think you have to pick the hardest here. I think that was the case before. They didn't say that in the article, they just said enter the Granum Void. But before they've said that you have to enter the highest tier, the Nightmare Granum Void. And then you have to reach like you have to clear at least stage 1. You don't have to max it out. You don't have to clear stage 3, but at least stage 1. And that's gonna spawn the Corpus version of the Kuva Larvling. I think it's called like a Tenet Candidate or something. And then you kill that and then you get the weapon. So that's how you... or like then you spawn the Corpus Lich. So that's how you get the ball rolling, just so you know how it's done immediately. So let me know in the comment section which of the new Corpus Lich weapons, the Tenet weapons, which one are you most excited about? What's the first one you're gonna try to spawn and hunt for? Or maybe you're just gonna do another Kuva Lich because you just really want that Kuva Heck. What do I know? Could be. What are you most excited about? What seems coolest to you to check out like first? Let me know, and I will see you again tomorrow for something completely different.